Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
And with that
Yeah, we're
enthusiastic response, this is Due to Underwhelming Demand. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. It's the podcast that's kind of like Rachel getting a tan. Just not happening.
Oh, that's
No
sad.
matter how hard we try, no matter how hard you try,
My daughter was just talking about that the other day, how I don't tan.
it's just not happening.
My one daughter is like me, and the other one, it like tans through sun. I could slather her in sunscreen, and she's brown in 5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Just not happening.
You can see Emily in the middle of winter, the outline of her bathing suit from the summer still.
Yes,
Really?
that's the same with Kendall.
Amazing.
Yeah, not
Amazing.
me.
Not
I never
you.
have.
Not you.
You don't notice the difference.
Sometimes we can't even see you enter a room.
That's why we are the podcast that's like Rachel getting a tan. It'll make you turn bright red.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Right. That's right.
Hey.
Hey, this fine podcast is brought to you by Sparkle Princess Parties. We'll get to that in just a second. But coming up on the podcast, Rachel's got some fun facts.
I do.
Ooh.
Amazing.
It's been a while for that.
Yes.
My daughter wants me to teach her how to do something here at home.
Really?
Yeah.
She's asking you for help, is
out
she?
of the blue, and apparently Forman effed up Father's Day. I don't know how that's possible. I don't. But
Did you F up Mother's Day?
No, me? No.
You bought pots and pans.
No, that
she
was fun.
loved it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
No,
right.
that was in hand. Not Father's Day, apparently. Okay, let's talk about Sparkle Princess Parties.
Yeah, she could turn you bright red too if you would like to be bright red.
Sure.
That's what you're looking for.
If that's what you want,
Yeah.
Abigale runs Sparkle Princess Party. She's based in Woodstock, but she travels throughout the region to do, I don't know if you're doing birthday parties, if you're having a festival, if you're having a kid's party, like outdoor pool party or some kind of fun fair or whatever. She could do all of that.
Vendors market.
Yeah, vendors market. That's a great idea.
Add Sparkle Princess Parties.
Sure. She does all kinds of things. She does face painting, but not just like plain old face painting. She does face painting that looks like it's airbrushed, like it's fancy face painting. Like I could never do what she does. So she does really good face painting, all kinds of things. She'll do designs, or she could make you into like a full tiger or whatever you want, or just like a fancy kind of design around your eye, whatever.
Maybe even
You
make
know
you
what I
into
heard?
a tan person.
Yeah.
She could
Well,
make me
what-
look tanned. Yes.
Well, I just read, just before we started the podcast, that the movie Jaws turns 50 in like a couple of days.
Does it?
As we record this. Could she make us all look like sharks?
Of course.
Oh,
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Actually, I think she does have a picture of a shark that she's done on her Facebook page.
That'd be awesome.
That I saw recently.
Have a shark party.
Yeah.
And when the shark is on a child's face, would they be a baby shark? Doot, doot, doot.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
I
Welcome.
Didn't need that.
Yeah. Anyway, she also does glitter tattoos, so she can do glitter tattoos for you. She'll do hair tinsel, or she does themed crafts and activities. So if you're having a party that is a baby shark themed,
Yes.
she could
What
come.
age of sharks exactly?
Baby sharks or mama
No.
sharks. Mama sharks are usually with the baby sharks. Maybe the grandma sharks there too. I don't know. Grandpa, no teeth like this.
No,
I
it's
never
a
brought up
drop-off
sharks.
party. It's not
It's
a
a
stay
drop
for.
off. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll come with activities or crafts that are in the same theme as Baby Shark or whatever your theme is.
Which is why it's a drop-off.
It's so play the
exactly
song.
She
on
is a
in.
children's entertainer. She will
Yeah.
you don't have to be the entertainment.
No.
Yeah, she can come and do that.
Yeah.
So, if you want to look her up she's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, Sparkle Princess Parties. Just look her up. You can email or call her. We'll put her info in the show notes or on the screen here. And Abigale Sparkle Princess Parties. That's who you want to look for.
Don't
Okay,
look for
Forman.
me in the parking lot at mini golf on Father's Day.
I want to know
Somebody
what you did.
Somebody sent me a picture of you mini golfing.
Are you
Did you not
serious?
see that? Yeah. Someone
What?
did. Lucy
Ooh.
said that I'm going to find that picture. Lucy saw Forman mini golfing on Father's Day. She spotted Forman in the wild.
What? And she took a paparazzi photo.
A paparazzi photo, although it's very blurry, and I couldn't actually figure if that was you or not.
Is it even me?
But she
Where
knew.
did this get sent? Are you serious?
She sent it to our Instagram. Lucy sent it to us, so
Wait a
you
second,
can
Barbara.
check that out.
That's how you effed up Father's Day, by going mini
Got
mini
paparazzi
golfing?
snapped. The paps snapped them.
Yeah. Like, what happened?
We gotta
Yeah,
wait
I
for him
think
to
that's
find the
me.
photo.
Wow, it'd be it's you. I'm beside the baboon creature, but it looks like my ass is sticking out as much as his. Jeez.
Well, you're mini golfing,
Yeah.
right?
It's not a good.
Why is my ass sticking out while I'm mini golfing? What do you mean by that?
Well, you're putting. You got to lean
like
over.
I'm preparing to take a shot.
Okay,
Right.
good. All right, with your ass sticking out.
Yes.
You're not doing it right if that's
prime
how you putt.
form.
I'm just saying.
Your prime
What-
form.
Yes.
Okay.
And what a surprise that the person keeping score, Ashley, ended up winning, beating me by 1 stroke. Interesting.
Ooh,
On Father's Day of all
On
days.
Father's Day.
Oh, boy.
ouch.
Okay.
You didn't say anything about that, though, did you? To ruin Father's Day, did you? You didn't bring up. Hey, wait a second.
Did that cause an argument?
No, that wasn't the reason why I briefly ruined Father's Day.
It sounds like something you would have done, though.
What did you do, Forman? I can only imagine.
Well, we did go mini golfing, which was something the kids wanted to do. They had the plan. Let's take Dad mini golfing, and then we'll take
Did Dad want to go mini golfing?
I wanted to spend time with my family, and I thought it was actually quite lovely. It's a very nice outdoor mini golf place.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's in St.
I'm just
Thomas?
checking. Just checking.
I'll
I've
be
never
more
been.
specific if they like to pay for us to talk about them.
Sure,
but
yeah,
yes.
don't. Yeah, that's fine.
We're offering me
Sure,
free
they're not
golf.
listening anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's discounts for being a dad, discounts for being there earlier in the morning on the weekend and stuff. It's a nice spot.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So
So
that
you
was
went
fun.
and it was good. Mini
There was-
golfing was good, other than you didn't win.
Minimal arguing from both children constantly. But minimal
That's
for them.
important. It's Father's Day. That's not how you want to spend your Father's Day with
No,
your kids
but
fighting.
I did.
My kids fight every day anyway.
Yeah,
It
they just
doesn't
do
matter
anyway.
what the holiday is. It's happening.
They even promise no fighting because it's Father's Day.
Yeah.
That didn't hold up.
It will never work. They're never
Never
gonna
worked
not- yeah.
in the history of children.
My house is exactly the same. Yeah.
But
Okay.
we still try to have a good time anyway.
All right. It's a fun
then-
family activity, damn it.
Yeah.
That's what I say
That's
to
what
them.
it is. Yeah.
Like, we're going out to have fun. Nobody complain.
And then we're going to go from there. They wanted to we'll take Dad to a brewery.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
Now your kids
I
are
know.
talking.
And I thought, great, which one are we going to? And they said, well, whatever one you want to do.
Okay,
Dad's
Dad.
So I
choice.
started to realize that this was just like the kids thought of some things, but then I actually have to like coordinate it
Plan
during
it.
the day. Yes.
Sure.
I thought it was already planned. This is fine. Still had a fun day.
Well, I
Mostly
bet you were the driver, so you had to figure that
did
out.
drive most of the time.
Yes. Okay.
And I thought, well, there's a new brewery in Port Stanley. Let's go down there.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, you went
But-
for a real tour that day.
And then it was lunchtime after mini golf, so
Of
well,
course.
maybe we'll go for lunch, and then go over to the brewery, and then
Okay.
we're sitting on the GT's patio, which is really up their game, by the way.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yes, I'll say more if they also would like to pay for it.
Yep.
too.
Yeah, noted.
It's like 3,000 miles away from me for me to get to Port Stanley. Like, it's so far
No,
away.
you're way closer to Grand Bend.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I
just
know.
easier for me to get to Grand Bend.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
Mhm, yes.
I'd like to get down there. I do want to go, and I haven't been in Port Stanley for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, things are happening there. Other
Yeah.
than you do have to pay for parking.
I know. What a pain. Yep.
So
All right.
Ratchy Tees, we have lunch, and then you're by the beach. The kids want to be at the beach. We thought we're not going to there for a beach day because it's early June. The water's going to be freezing. Even if people are at the beach, they're not going to be swimming. But it was full of people. People are swimming and have like it's August 15th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was the water warm? Did you go try it?
I've been in colder,
Okay.
Okay.
but it was
Yeah.
cold. And
Yeah.
we made the snap decision. All right, we're going to go home. Everyone's got 10 minutes. Get your bathing suits, and we're going back and fine. You can be at the beach.
Oh, wow.
You went back to St. Thomas to get your things and went back to Port Stanley. Wow. Okay.
That's
That's
not
a real
happening.
drive.
That's not
That's
ever
a lot.
happening
No,
for me.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, we're just leaving.
Well,
Yeah.
it's only 10 minutes each way.
Is it only
Yes.
10 minutes? Okay.
It's so close. We're
All
so
right.
close.
Fine.
But
All
all
right.
those are still not why I briefly ruined Father's Day. 'Cause
Okay.
Just
Oh,
imagine the
because
heat.
it sounds like that would ruin Father's Day for me.
Yeah, I
personally.
wouldn't
I don't
love
want to
that.
Beach
be doing
day?
Yeah.
Ashley's not a fan of the beach portion of the day, no.
No. But it was Father's Day, so she had to.
Yes,
Yes.
the kids were having fun, and I thought, great, we'll get out our Tommy Bahama chairs. I can sit, have a nap, the girls can play.
That's
Right.
exactly right.
And they did play well together for a while. Which was
Okay,
even,
good.
So, I mean, that was a
Good.
nice gift of them to actually play with, interact.
Right. Without fighting.
What a concept. But before we even got out of mini golf, we had to wait for Barry and Marlene, Ash's
okay.
parents,
Yes.
to go from their house to our house, find my keys, and come rescue us from mini golf because I locked the keys in the car. With children, heat of the day,
Oh my
Father's
God.
Day, mini golf. As soon as I closed the door, I thought, oh, shit.
How do you have, how old's your car? You
It's-
can't, I can't do that anymore.
Well, yes, unless
Yeah,
they're in
I
the
can't.
trunk, unless the keys are in your wife's purse that you're trying to hide in the trunk, and you didn't bring any keys because she's going to have them in her purse. Why do I need another thing in my pocket?
Right.
Who put their purse in the trunk?
She put her purse in the trunk, and then I locked the doors and closed it. And I knew all of this. It's entirely my fault. It is not her fault.
Were you told to say that?
I was told I better not say anything other than that.
It's almost impossible to lock your keys in the car, but you found a way.
You can't lock them in the cabin, but
No,
you
you
sure shit can lock them in the trunk.
Foreman, you really did F up Father's Day. Well done.
Wait a minute. Did you have the key? Did you lock the keys in before mini golf or after?
As soon as we arrived.
During.
Oh, so did they come while you were golfing?
They came in at the end, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then
After-
that's okay.
After a calm discussion about, well, I'll just walk home or I'll call my parents.
I bet it was calm. Very calm.
What the f- did you do?
I don't know where the kids get their fighting from.
Well, everything's your fault, so I don't know.
Well done. This is due to underwhelming demand. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This is the podcast that's like a roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland because there's a pretty good chance it could make you vomit.
Yes.
There's a long line to get in. Is that what you mean?
No.
There's a
No.
long line to ride.
You
No.
can walk right on, but you will puke.
Yeah,
So many
you
people
will.
are waiting
Yeah.
to listen to us.
Just wait till we get to the end. You'll vomit. Okay, let me. Father's Day Eve, which, by the way, Foreman, I don't know about it, what it's like in your world, but Father's Day Eve is like one of the greatest days of the year because you know what's coming the next day. You know it's your day,
Yes.
even though you locked your keys. in the
Even though
trunk
you
and
fucked it up.
You effed it up.
But you
It
know
it
it's
was
your day.
completely your fault.
I did
On
not do that to my Father's Day.
Saturday afternoon into evening, you've maybe already had a couple beers. You barbecued a very nice dinner for the family because they bought you steaks and you barbecued it, so you know it's
Absolutely,
good.
sure.
Right?
Yes, it's a
Father's
lovely
Day
time. And then you know there's plenty more good things to happen the next day. It's the
yes,
best.
when you get up in
Okay.
the morning,
It's
who
a fun
knows
family
what's
day.
going to happen?
Exactly.
It's Father's Day. Who knows
Sure.
what magical things are going to happen the next day? Father's Day Eve. So, middle of Father's Day Eve, 2:30 in the afternoon. My youngest daughter, who's at home with me, I have two older kids. My youngest daughter comes up to me and says, out of nowhere, Father's Day Eve, "Hey, Dad, could you show me how to cut the lawn?"
It is. I knew it.
Wow.
I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I have
She's
never in my
going to.
life asked anyone to do that for me.
of course
show
we knew
me
that.
how.
No, I can imagine that you would never ask
for
that
her.
question.
Yeah.
And I would have loved it if her mother had asked that question. Just as I'm sure Jeremy would love it if you came up to him one day and said,
He would,
could
yeah.
you show me how to cut the lawn? You won't.
They're
No.
part of a certain type of person that's actively avoided all the opportunities
Yes.
when they might have been invited to learn.
They don't want
They're
to know.
nowhere to be found.
They know better than to say, could you show me how to cut the lawn? Right?
Yeah.
They know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Then I'll be tasked with doing it.
But
Yes,
at
you will.
18, I guess
Yeah.
my daughter doesn't anyway. So she says, hey, could you show me how to cut the lawn? And my immediate reaction, it's Father's Day Eve. I'm looking forward to whatever's going to happen the rest of Father's Day Eve. And then, of course, the next day. My immediate reaction is, why? like, like, why? Well, why do you want to learn? Well, I just want to learn. So I'm like,
It's for the quality father-daughter time, David.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical if you're even going to let her touch your lawn.
well, here's the thing. Here's what I'm skeptical about. Here's what I think. Is there some TikTok thing? Is there some TikTok lawn cutting thing?
Challenge?
Like I'm not going to be roped
know.
I'm not being roped into one of your little TikTok things, okay? You've tried that with me before. I'm not being
I'm going to look on her TikTok.
I'm not being roped.
Are you on
into-
there?
On her TikTok?
Yeah.
No, I try to avoid it.
Oh,
I do try to avoid
Bummer.
it. So that's my first instinct is it's probably a TikTok
What
thing.
is
So even
this?
I go to her
Yeah.
mother and I said, your daughter wants to learn how to cut the lawn. Do you know why? Oh, it's probably a TikTok thing. Okay.
like it can't be just general interest
No,
in
it
wanting
can't
to
be
have a
that
new
she
skill.
really
Not
wants
possible.
to learn. It can't be that she just wants to help me out.
No.
That's
Can't be
not
that
my
she
immediate-
genuinely
my-
wants to
I am
know how to do
suspicious-
this
I'm
as a
suspicious
life skill.
right away, as you would be, wouldn't you, Forman?
Yes, absolutely.
You would
There's-
absolutely be suspicious.
There's no
Yeah.
chance you want to do it.
No,
Yeah.
there can't be any reason for you to want to
Some
do
people
it.
like cutting the grass.
Yeah, but they're not 18-year-olds.
No,
Right.
they're not
Right.
18-year-old
There's
girls.
some
that's
other
for
motivation.
sure.
There has to be. You
There's
could drill
got to
down on
be.
her until you figure it out, but it can't just be because
Okay, so I
to.
run through in my head. I go, okay, well, let me see. There's TikTok. Maybe her friends. Maybe something's going on. She's got a group of friends. Maybe they're all cutting lawns. I got to figure something out. So anyway,
They're
I wasn't planning on cutting the lawn on Father's
as a
Day
fun
Eve, and I'm
group
certainly not going to cut it on Father's Day. But yesterday, as we record this, so it would have been a Tuesday, I got home from playing a disastrous round of golf.
Oh, boy.
And I just wanted to kind of chill out and not do very much. It was hot, and I was sitting out by the pool, and my daughter appeared out of nowhere and said, "Can you teach me how to cut the lawn today?" I'm like,
Okay, so now she's asked 2 times.
I was like,
She means it.
well, I got to have my lunch. After I have my lunch, yeah, we can go out and I'll show you how to go. I said, I'm going to have to trim it. Because I don't want you going around and, doing that kind of thing. I'll trim
You don't want
it,
her
but then
edging
I'll-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Doing
want the edging. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
you're
She
gonna
goes,
do it.
okay, all right. I said, okay, fine. I have my lunch. So I holler up at her, you still want to cut the lawn? Yeah. I said, okay, well, you better put on some shoes. Can I wear my Crocs? Sure, as long as they're covering your feet, you can wear your Crocs. Okay, so I said, well, I'm going outside. I'm going to get started. She goes, okay. So I go outside. I'm edging, and out she comes. She's got her Crocs on, so I shut the lawnmower off. Now, I have a lawnmower that it's not it's not a self-propelled. You got to push it. But there's a bar on it. You hold the bar. If you let go of the bar, the lawnmower shuts off. So I shut off the lawnmower. And
I think
say,
that's what we have too.
I say to her, okay, you understand, don't ever put your hand down anywhere near the lawnmower. Why? I said, because there's there's 2 or 3, I don't know, whatever it is, blades in there. They'll cut your fingers off and your toes. That's why you're wearing Crocs. Oh.
That's what
Yes.
cuts the lawn.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very dangerous.
Okay.
Don't go near. Don't put your hand down.
Yeah.
Well, that's the important thing.
Safety,
right? I know,
and you do
I know
need
we
to
got
point
an
out the
18
obvious sometimes.
Yeah, I know I
just
got an
to
18-year-old
reinforce.
here. It's not like I'm trying to teach a 7-year-old.
No, yeah.
But an 18-year-old, I said, okay, so the goal here is I'm going to start, you have to hold the bar. You let go of the bar, the lawnmower stops. So the goal here is, can you see the long grass and the short grass? Do you see the line? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, that's what you want to do. You want to keep the wheels on the right-hand side. I thought we're having this great father. Oh, by the way, I did
Okay.
go over, is this a TikTok thing? No.
Okay,
Is
so
it-
it's not.
is it your
This
friends?
is genuine
Is it-
interest.
Yeah. Is it your friends?
Okay.
No,
I just
so
wanted to
here's
film this the whole time, though,
No.
but it's not.
No, it's not. So what it is, and this is, she's just like me to a certain extent. She's just looking for something maybe to keep her moving, keep her doing something where she could just listen to some music and do it.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
exactly what I do when I'm cutting
Sure.
the lawn.
Yes.
The headphones go in and off I go.
Sure.
I said, oh, okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, so you understand.
Okay, so
I
that's
need
a
you to
good
keep-
reason.
Yeah, I keep that. You probably can learn from this too, Rachel.
Sure.
You keep those right-hand
Yeah.
wheels on
She's
the
not
other
listening.
side of the edge, right? Where the you see the long grass, you see the short grass. You just cut along the edge, which seems very
Are
simple
the wheels
to
on
me.
the long grass or the short grass?
The wheels would be on the short grass. You've got wheels
I
on
thought
the
they were
left
on the
wheels.
bus.
Okay, so
The
you're
left
kind of
wheels are
overlapping.
on the long, the right wheels are on the short, depending on which way you're cutting.
Right, okay, yeah.
So anyway, I said, there it is. You can see it. It's very easy to see.
Yes.
It's one big rectangle on my lawn. Go crazy. So she immediately, we started up. She gets behind the thing and immediately goes way right. And I said, where are you going? Come on back here. Here, let me get it
Back
for
in
you.
the straight
You've
line.
already made her a line.
I know,
Just
the
keep
line-
going in smaller
the
and
line-
smaller
Did it
and
get
smaller
away on her?
rectangles
It's
till
not
you get in the middle.
self-propelled, though.
It's not self-propelled.
But it got away on her.
Well, it's heavy, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know. If you've never done it before, it's heavy.
Yeah,
You got
I've
to
never.
push it. You got to, and when you turn, you got to, you can tilt it up. You can do whatever works for you to turn. It's just, it's kind of, like I don't have to explain any of this to Forman at
No.
all. He
No, I
gets
don't-
it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's like if Forman and I were to pick up a sofa, we would know exactly which way to carry it through the doorway.
I've moved a sofa.
Yeah, but you would go the opposite way that Jeremy wants to go.
Yes.
Right?
I
Forrest?
try not
Am
to
I
move
right?
sofas with Jeremy because it's for
'cause
some reason
You go
he
the
doesn't
opposite
do it the
way.
right way.
No,
Yes.
you go
And
the wrong way.
We fight,
Yes.
it's
and it's always the wrong
it's
thing.
instinctual. We
Yeah,
just
but I'm doing it
know.
the right way.
No, you're not. You're never doing it the right way because we know
Is
the
that
right way.
triggering, Foreman? Is that triggering?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Because Jeremy and I wouldn't even have to talk. We could
No.
just take the sofa.
Oh,
would
come
never
on.
have to.
That's
He
ridiculous.
would just go which way you want to go. Let's go right. Okay,
Yeah.
and it would magically happen. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's true. I'm telling you, it's
This is
true.
why I don't do anything with my husband. I just don't. I don't put anything together with him.
Anyway.
if he put together a whole barbecue, I didn't even go outside because I was like, he's going to be angry about something. I'm avoiding this. I don't
But
move
if you-
couches. I don't move furniture with him. I try not. I've learned my lesson now. Not to do it with him.
Could you not, if Jeremy did the outside of the lawn and,
Could you
just
not follow the line?
follow that same line
Yeah, I could
around
follow
and
it, I think.
around,
Could you?
smaller
Do you-
and smaller?
Do you think it would be problematic? Do you think it would be difficult?
No.
Okay. It was a little difficult for my 18-year-old. Now,
Okay.
keep in mind, yesterday when we did this, it was a very hot day. Was in the middle of the afternoon, like 2:30
It
in
was
the
hot
afternoon,
yesterday, yeah.
when she decided to do it.
Heat of
so
the day.
I had to help her a little bit, and but she started to get the hang of it. So she was doing the main part of the lawn. Then we went over and did another part of the lawn. I had to trim it, edge it first, and then another part. And I will say to you, while I had to instruct her to go over a couple of lines, she got better at it, Forman. She did.
Yeah.
She didn't ace it, but she got better at it.
Yeah.
But I had to do it. I'll tell you what, it was the most delightful cutting of the lawn I've had in a long, long time. And I wondered right then and there, should I ask my wife when she gets home, can we have more kids? Because I think
You have to wait a while.
I don't want
another 18 years before the next one asks.
Anymore. I don't. Anyway, I got the distinct impression that while she did learn how to cut the lawn, she doesn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's fun.
But was she also getting the impression from you that you were fishing to see whether or not this is now her job weekly and not yours ever again?
I didn't. No, I didn't fish for that because I feel like I'm still going to have to edge and I'm still going to have to be there to supervise. But standing and sort of supervising Forman when it's 28 degrees is a little cooler than pushing that lawnmower.
Yeah.
So I like supervising.
Right.
I
think what you need now is a hammock, actually.
Maybe. Maybe that's right. This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that just might be maybe better than a day at the beach. Because, we are kind of fun. And you don't get sand stuck in places you don't want sand to get stuck.
Sure. Fair enough.
While listening to the podcast.
Sold.
Right, Forman?
Correct. You don't have to be slathered in anything.
Yeah, you don't need sunscreen to listen to us. Mm-hmm. You could take us to the beach with you, though. That might be
Absolutely.
Sure, take us to the beach.
Yes. And after my
recent
recent
get sand on me. I think we did that last year. Please don't get sand on the podcast.
No. Yeah.
Don't, please.
But also, don't blast us. The amount of people who just decide they're bringing their Bluetooth speaker and just fucking cranking it at the beach is insufferable.
And then 5 people have all different music. It's just noise.
Yeah,
it's not even, you can't even hear one of them.
No.
It's everybody's doing it. Yeah, annoying.
This is why I stay at home watching my daughter cut my lawn.
All right. Well, here's another thing that you might want to take along with you and take from this podcast. Some fun facts.
I really do think those are fun facts. Rachel? Rachel's fun facts!
Rachel's fun facts. It's been a while since I did this. I checked. I think I haven't done this since January or February.
Have you not been feeling fun?
No.
Have you not been feeling factual?
Well, I've had other things to talk about, and so fun facts got pushed to the wayside. But Forman has been sending me some fun facts, and that kind of perked my interest again.
Way to go, Forman.
In fun facts.
If anyone's...
Forman's been doing our jobs for us around here.
If anyone's paying close attention, it should really be Forman's fun facts and Forman's headlines.
That's right. Most of them are Forman's, not mine.
Forman comes up with the content for
That's
our show.
right.
Here's my disclaimer, Rachel, is that I have been sending you factually accurate information.
Yeah.
But they by no means come with the endorsement that I've already found them fun. This is a test to see which ones you will choose.
Okay. Which
so
ones?
I'm not using
Rachel
all of the
finds
ones
fun.
that you have sent.
Good.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't either.
And I've got some extra that you don't, you haven't heard.
Even better.
So it'll be a mix in there. We'll see what you like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I have not cross-checked these, so who knows if they're factual. We'll just say that they are because that's more fun.
You can't call them fun facts if they're not factual.
Well, they come from a fact plate, like a fact, like they say
fact
that they're
factory?
Facts. A fact factory.
They
come from a fact factory.
If they're not factual,
which now includes Forman as my additional fact factory.
I'm not doing this anymore if they're not factual.
We're doing it because it's fun. Sometimes
Mine are factual.
If they're
fun things I made up by Rachel. What kind of game is this?
I didn't make them up, but as you know, the internet and AI, who knows, right? Anyway, okay, let's get started.
I'm not buying into this. I am sorry. I was always thought you used to say fun factual things. Now you're taking factual right out of the equation.
Well, they are. I'm pretty sure they're factual.
The guy just said always factual, occasionally fun.
That's right.
Well, it's factual. I think it's factual.
Okay.
You think it's factual?
I just haven't cross-checked. I haven't double-checked.
They
claim to be facts.
Are they all fun?
I just trust them.
Are they all fun?
I think so. Today.
Because he also says occasionally fun.
No, I think they're fun.
If they're not going to be factual, then they better be 100% fun.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, we'll see.
100% be fun.
We'll see.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is probably a good one to start with because you guys are already annoying me. Did you know that it's possible to literally be allergic to other people? You can be allergic to other people. Maybe that's like their pheromones or something like that. You just don't, jive with them. I think. Are you?
Was that sneeze?
Are you sneezing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even through the internet.
It's one of you. I don't know.
Even through the internet.
I have a guess.
Yeah.
I have a guess.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a guess.
Yeah. All right. Did you know that rats can laugh, but we just can't hear it? So that's why I wonder, how do we know that that's a fact? Do you know what I mean?
How do you know
if
that
we
that's
don't
a
hear
fact?
that, how do you test for that?
If a rat laughs in the sewer, does anyone hear it?
No.
Only rats.
Only other rats.
All the
Right.
other rats.
I
think maybe you know if a rat is laughing because the others are chuckling, and you're like,
They're all
right,
LOLing
okay,
down
so
there. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
you see the other ones laughing. Yeah.
I think I at first thought that would be more fun if we could hear them, but I don't want to hear them laughing maniacally at
No,
humans.
I feel like rats
What
would.
they're plotting
a rat
about.
laugh would be fairly.
Yeah.
When I think of rats laughing, I think of Shredder from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That's who I think of.
Yeah,
And he's
evil,
not nice.
pure
He's
evil.
evil. Yeah, he's evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The Pentagon has twice as many bathrooms as it needs.
Huh. For what?
Kind of nice though.
For what purpose?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just everyone has to go at the
I
same
guess
time.
if there was like a concert
plenty
there,
of
there
options.
wouldn't be the big lineup at the ladies' watch.
At the Pentagon concert. Concert at the
There
Pentagon.
wouldn't be women coming into the men's washroom
Right.
at the
No.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
You know what I
maybe
learned
not.
about the
Okay.
Pentagon today?
What's that?
Is that there's a
More facts about the Pentagon.
a Twitter account called the Pentagon Pizza Report that tracks when shit's going down by how
many
many
pizzas are
times
ordered.
sudden orders of pizzas are coming
Yeah.
in at nearby restaurants.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
because they're in meetings and they can't leave and they need food. So
If they're suddenly working overtime or working late on some big
that's
project
right.
coming up.
So the Pentagon orders all the pizza.
Exactly. And then you know something's about to happen.
yeah,
Okay.
something's about to come-
Interesting.
yeah, something's about to go down. Yeah.
That seems very logical.
Not
Okay.
fun if the something about to happen is about to happen to you, I would imagine.
No.
but-
No.
No. Maybe if you live far away from the Pentagon. Well, I guess who knows
Well,
if
if
it's local. Could be-
anything
could be
happened to
anywhere.
you at the Pentagon, there's a bathroom for you.
Sure. Many. The children of identical twins. So if you're identical twins and you each have your own children, they are actually genetically equivalent to being siblings rather than cousins. Because their moms or dads were identical twins. Isn't that
You lost.
fascinating?
I'm lost on that one.
Okay,
Sorry.
so say you and your sibling are an identical twins.
Right.
Okay? If you each have children, your children would be cousins, right? But technically, genetically, they are more like siblings because you and your sibling, like
How's
the
that any
aunts
different
or
than
uncles.
even if my sister isn't a twin and she has kids?
Well,
they're
they're
still my niece and nephew. What are you talking
well, they're
about?
your niece and nephew, but because identical twins have the same DNA, when you have kids, is that too much?
That's
okay.
that's
not
a
too
confusing
much.
fact.
It's
That's
actually
just
pretty
confusing.
straightforward.
I
That's a
thought it was
different-
pretty straightforward, actually.
Yeah.
That should be a
If
different
identical twins
thing.
have kids, their
Rachel
kids are
presents
more
confusing
like
stats.
siblings than cousins.
I still don't get it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't.
All right. How about
Bad
we move
news
on
for
to this
the
one?
bad news for the young teenagers who think their cousins are hot.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. I hope
okay.
not. Okay. Vern Troyer, the actor, he played Mini-Me in the Austin Powers movies. Vern
yeah.
Troyer. He was actually raised Amish. I didn't know that. There's a fun fact about him.
How did he become an actor, I wonder?
I don't know. Fascinating, right? Okay.
I guess. I don't. Go ahead, keep going. Just
there's
keep
one-
going. I have
there's
nothing
a-
to say about that. I'm just trying to figure out why that's a fun fact that
Okay.
he's Amish.
It's just that, I don't know. Who knew?
It's a
Because
neat
people don't
fact.
often leave. People do leave the Amish lifestyle, but not like like a lot of people stay, but he left and then became an actor and now he's famous. I don't know. Anyway, fine. Okay, there's a phenomenon called the preparedness paradox, in which effective planning and vigilance actually helps prevent disasters. But then that leads people to question whether the preparations were necessary in the first place.
Rachel's Fun Facts.
Perhaps like having more than enough bathrooms in the Pentagon.
Or twins that are.
That's
are
not.
your sister
That's not
or
being
something.
prepared. You're not
Whatever.
prepared. That's not a preparedness thing.
Wow, these are certainly fun.
Okay. Here's one for Dave specifically. It's about traffic. You might like this. If all the cars at a red light accelerated at the exact same time and speed when the light turned green,
Yes,
there would be far less traffic.
I agree. That is true.
Right?
Please
Physics.
do that.
Please,
Everybody
do
accelerate
that.
at the same time. You're all paying attention. Nobody's got to honk at you to go. You turn at the left green light, the left turn light,
But that's
right on
I
time.
mean,
You're on the edge of your seat waiting
it's
for
a
it to
wonderful.
turn.
It's a wonderful thing to bring forward, but as you know, no one does that. What good is that fun fact?
Well, I
Just to
thought,
make you more mad.
That
in
just
traffic.
makes me angrier. That's right. An
right,
angry
fine,
fact.
If this guy could just go, we would be going.
We would be
right.
moving.
It's the
Yeah.
slow. Okay, fine.
The amount of times I shout out loud, "Can you move your car?
Please,
Can you just go?"
can
Okay.
you find the gas pedal, please?
Yes, that's true. All right. A study has found that we're moving on. Plants crank out more nectar when they hear bees buzzing. So when the plants hear the bees come near them, they put out more nectar, and then the bees go get it, and then we have honey, and bing, bang, boom. There you go.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's
Bob's
your
your
aunt.
uncle.
Right.
Who's your aunt?
Fanny.
Fanny's
Jeff's
your aunt.
actually your brother, not your cousin.
Leave Jeff alone.
So the bees,
Leave Jeff alone.
I don't know.
No,
The plants
bees
hear
are
the
getting the
bees.
flowers excited,
Yeah.
Sure.
and the flowers
Sure they do.
They hear them.
offer.
Yeah.
This is getting gross pretty quick. If you want me to keep going.
Okay.
Yeah,
no.
whatever.
No.
Yeah, don't keep going.
Okay. What else could I do that you guys are even gonna like? Okay, here. Well, I got two more. This one might be helpful if you're, maybe before golf, Dave. Drinking
Okay.
watermelon juice before working out can
Where do you
reduce.
buy watermelon juice?
You
by
might
the
have
way?
to juice your own watermelon. Yeah.
Okay.
Drinking
How
watermelon
do you juice
juice.
a watermelon?
Can I tell you the fact first?
Eat a
before you-
slice.
Just crush it up. Like there's a
Yeah,
lot of
just
juice
like-
in a watermelon.
Just twist it like a.
Put it in the, we'll cut it out and put
Cut
it in
it
the
out,
blender.
and then you can put it in a blender and drink it, or
Okay,
maybe
sure.
just eat a watermelon. I don't know.
Okay.
Drinking watermelon juice before working out can reduce muscle soreness and the amount of time it takes for your heart rate to recover. Very healthy.
Super fun.
Great. That is super fun, maybe even super factual, but it's also not. Who's got watermelon juice?
Well,
No one.
watermelons. Just maybe you could just eat a watermelon because you're eating the juice with it.
Yeah. Why don't
Just
they
start-
sell
before you have a
watermelon juice
workout,
in
have
the
a slice
stores
or two
then,
of watermelon.
Rachel?
I don't know, Dave. I don't know.
You know what's fun?
I don't know why they don't sell
Here's
that.
something fun on a related note.
They probably do.
Researchers have found that the guys who like to submerge themselves in the ice baths and make a
Yes.
really big deal
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah,
ice
yeah.
baths
Yeah.
after a workout.
Supposed
Turns
to be
out
good for you.
that reduces muscle strength.
I
muscle
saw
gain.
that recently, actually.
Yes. And I
Yes.
think that's delightful because
Okay.
it's such a show. Like,
Well,
get
just
out of
tell
the
'em to-
ice.
Except this is my segment, not yours.
Tell them to get
So
some
thank
watermelon juice. They'll be fine.
Okay. One last one here. Just in case you wanted to know,
Yes.
humans have the girthiest
Nectar.
nectar.
What?
When the bees are coming.
Humans have the girthiest eggplants
Yeah.
among all primates.
Wieners? Are you referring to
Wieners.
wieners?
Wieners,
Okay.
you could
All
say
right.
that.
Great.
Sure. Yeah,
Humans.
Have the
Humans have the
girthiest.
girthiest ones.
Like
In
proportionally.
case sure.
Right.
I think maybe just general. Like I don't know if it has to be proportional.
Did you learn that on the internet or at your sex party?
Does it matter?
I don't think it really matters, does it? I do like the word girthiest, though. I thank you for that. This is due to Underwhelming Demand. It's a podcast. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman, and you can go to our website, underwhelming.ca. There you can read Rachel's latest blog. Has it been 3 years since we left the radio? I didn't realize that. Wow.
This week.
Time flies when you're having fun. I mean,
I guess, yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I was stunned by that. I thought, really?
3 years.
Has
I
it
know.
been 3? Anyway.
Seems like forever ago, but also not forever ago.
Well, check out Rachel's new blog and go to our website if you're interested in sponsoring this fine podcast, if you're interested in buying us a coffee.
Like Stacy, who bought 5.
Wait!
Oh, amazing.
Happy birthday, Rachel and Foreman.
Oh,
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's
Thank
how
you,
we keep
Stacey.
the sponsorship helps us keep the podcast going. So do the
Yes.
coffee. So any way you can help out, that's awesome. You can reach out to us too on underwhelming.ca. You can write to us at our email, daverachelforman@gmail.com. You can get a hold of us through social media. This is the portion of the podcast at the end of the podcast where we read some of your comments, your connections with us, which we love.
Yes, we love. We have a few comments about the blog that I wrote, which was just what I miss about radio. And I miss you guys. I miss working with you every day. This podcast kind of fills that void a little bit. I miss having fun every morning. I never dreaded going to work. I hated waking up early, but I never dreaded going into work.
I hated waking up early too, but I will say that that period of time where the three of us worked together, honestly, well, not every day is a genuine grade A type of day.
Perfect, yeah.
We laughed a lot. We laughed
It was fun. It was fun.
a lot, and a lot of that laughter, no one heard.
No.
Right. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
there's
as the
some
song
inside
ended
jokes
and we
there.
had to start talking again, there was laughter and no one knew why.
No one would know why.
Yeah,
No,
but we had
that's right.
fun,
We
and
had
it
a
was.
great
I
time.
think that
We really did.
People knew that. People could sense that. So, anyways, I wrote a blog about what I miss about radio. You can read that on underwhelming.ca. Jen says, "I miss your voices. It's not been the same on my drives to work."
Oh,
Kathy
nice.
says, "I don't listen at all since you guys left. It's just not the same." I know it's different, but the new people are great and they do a great job. They're very talented because I do listen to them. I wake up to them actually every day.
You know, there's another morning show you might want to try out. On
Yeah,
a different
you can
station.
try out the ones
Sure.
at 104
Yes.
if you want to.
104 is where Forman
104.
is now.
Yeah.
Connie says, "I miss you guys. I don't even listen anymore, but I do listen to Forman in the afternoon."
Yay!
So Connie does listen to you. So
Good.
thank you very much.
Awesome.
Okay, last week Forman talked about his bird issue, Forman's fowl issue, and the bird that was parked on your deck and dive bombing
Yes.
you. We have a
Yes.
couple emails about that. Bonnie says, "I totally get Forman's bird frustrations. This is our first spring in our house. A few weeks ago, we were outside and I noticed a bird fly out of the eaves at the corner of the house. That's one story. I knew immediately what that little fucker was doing. So I grabbed some steel wool, stood guard, and while my hubby was grabbing the ladder, that fucker, of course, tried to go back and I yelled at it. Watching it do constant flybys while chirping up an angry storm after we stuffed the hole with steel wool was so satisfying."
Satisfying.
It was. I had a bird once getting up the corner of my house. It was like on the siding, but there was like a corner piece there, and they could go up it. I don't know how it even fit,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
did. Anyway,
funny.
she could totally relate to that. And we have another one from Michael, who has the same issue as Forman, although he says, "Hi, Dave, Rachel, and Forman." With the subject,
like that.
When the subject
Me
of
too.
birds came up, we have a picture window in the family room looking out to the backyard. We've had so many birds hit that window, which will either kill them or they'll get a huge headache from hitting the window. The birds think the glass from the window is air. Yes.
Yeah.
You
That
know what?
reminds-
In our old studio, we
Yes,
used to have
it did.
birds
The
do
birds-
that all the time.
All the,
birds,
time.
the birds would hit
At
the
the
window
radio
there all the
station.
time.
yeah.
Speaking
Bang.
of the radio station,
That's
Yeah.
funny. At our
we'd
house
be in on air and there'd be a huge thump.
Bang.
Oh, yeah, for sure. At our house in Halifax or in Timberley, there's trees, and then you could see the house behind you on the next, like the street over, so our backyards were against each other.
Yeah.
And we were chatting with those neighbors one time, and they said, we got, like, I don't know what's going on. There's something going on in our attic, whatever, because we can hear stuff, and there's whatever. And we're like, oh, yeah, those are you have birds in your attic, because we would see them flying around from the eaves trough, the soffit that hangs over. And they pushed up into the metal, and the nest was inside the attic.
Oh,
great.
no.
That's
Well, we never,
fun.
you would see birds around there. I never put two and two together that they were actually going in until they said that. So that would be
Good thing
worse.
you talk to
That
each
would
other.
do it.
Jeez, yeah.
That would be worse. Yeah.
Don't want them in your attic.
We have some comments on Spotify, because that's always a place you can leave your
nice.
comments as well.
Worse.
Yeah.
From episode 126, where you were talking about all the books that you're reading, Dave, or what Jana was reading, and then
Oh,
Rachel
right.
was-
She was
Yes,
confused
right.
at the end. Yeah.
Candace says, I was also confused by the ending of the Onyx Storm.
There you go.
Okay, I haven't read it all yet.
That's
I've
the one that
just started.
Jana didn't understand, right?
Yeah. Well, she
Okay.
had. I think that's the last one in the. Although my understanding is there is a fourth one coming, but Onyx
Right.
Storm, I think, is she had trouble with the second one as well. She found it a little confusing as well. So I don't
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
On
This
our
one
last,
didn't grab me as quickly as the last one did.
Mm-hmm.
The last series.
on 2 episodes ago, Casey, when I was talking about parking and how my parking downtown London is just free now.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
Still?
Have you still had
Still?
to pay yet?
nope.
Really?
Good for
Yeah,
you.
still free. Yeah.
Okay.
But Casey says, and funny from what I brought up today about where I spent Father's Day, Casey says, don't try not paying for parking in Port Stanley. Those parking ticket arseholes are on your ass the minute you park.
Yeah, I bet.
To which
that's
I
how
would
they're
like to
making money.
reply, Casey, from Sunday Father's Day afternoon. No, they're not.
Really?
They're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you get
You
away
can
with
pay
it?
for a little bit of parking, leave, come back, don't pay again or anything, and it's fine.
Oh,
really?
Foreman's found
Okay.
ways. Foreman is well
Like,
done.
you-
Like
I
the
feel like
anti-parking king.
Yes, because honestly, if you think about the manpower, the logistics of patrolling a parking lot to see if everyone's paid, no one can afford that shit anymore. If you don't see a guy actively out wandering the parking lot checking license plates, it's free.
Yeah.
It's
I have
free,
a lot to
it's
say
free.
about Central Elgin and their taxes and how much they spend in Port Stanley, but I won't. But
all right.
so that's fine.
It's like
I
3
feel like,
hours of
I
parking
f-
there is like $18.
I feel
Yeah.
like parking,
Yeah, it's expensive.
parking and insurance are two of the greatest scams in human history.
Yes.
So
Yep.
there you go.
Right. Yeah.
And finally, I got a message that I wanted to share with you guys from someone who listens all the time. She was at our live show. She leaves us messages all the time. She calls the radio station plenty of times as well.
Thank
Melissa
you.
Cowenberg,
Oh, yes, Melissa. Okay.
who goes on to say, I find your fans everywhere. I was at the grocery store in Strathroy and sent a former listener of that other radio station your way.
Really?
She thought you, as in me, she thought I was still in Nova Scotia. And then I also told her, Melissa told this person, to check out this podcast.
Well, thank you, Melissa.
We appreciate that.
Wow.
Yes.
We should start an ambassador program. Melissa can be the #1 ambassador.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, and
We
she
need
said
that.
she met this person at the lotto counter and had said that she won tickets from a radio station. The lady asked which station, and I said, that one. And as soon as I said that, the lady said, oh, I miss Dave, Rachel, and Forman. It's not the same.
Aw.
And then she was amazed I even talked to you guys at all. So
Wow.
Wow. Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Well, maybe we got a new podcast listener from that. Thank you very much.
I hope so. What episode
hope
is this?
so.
130
today.
Oh, it is 130.
130.
Yeah.
By the
Another
way,
milestone. Wow.
and a shout out before we go to Sparkle Princess Parties for
Yes.
sponsoring episode 130.
Yes.
Abigale's helping us keep this going. So if you know someone who wants some advertising, podcast advertising is very good and cuts through the noise for various reasons. But you can go to underwhelming.ca. She's helping us fund this. Thank you, Abigale.
Yes, absolutely. Can we use a Sparkle Princess Party for like a podcast 150th?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
That'd be a bad idea.
Or maybe, I don't know if we have enough time to plan.
20
It
weeks
might-
from now.
Right. It might have to be podcast 200.
We will need all that.
To make sure.
Doing a live show was a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.